And welcome this edition of the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show. Join me, Coach Kerry Johnson. And, Coach, normally this time we'd talk about a game last week, but I think the weather won that one.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of stuff involved last week and what happened. Tornado watch came out. I think our director Miller told Coach Winningham he needed to call over there and let him know that we got a tornado watch over here. And so Bruce calls over there and lets them know, and then their coach, Tony Lambert, turns it over to their director or their principal. And so they decide that they're not going to travel in the storm with those conditions. Of course, it got lifted probably not an hour after that, and we could have obviously played Friday. And then so it was discussing time periods for Saturday's game, and it got started at 2, then it went to 4, then it went to 5, and obviously we had a storm come through at 5 o'clock. So it was pretty much. It was going to be tough to get it in on Saturday with the weather conditions.
We'll take a look at, I guess not last week's game, but we will take a look ahead this week's game. It's homecoming time on the mountain. We'll take a look at all that coming up right after this from the Union Bank.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Right back here on the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show. Coach, this week you've got Grundy County coming in its first region matchup. What do you know about the Yellow Jackets?
Well, they're like us. They've only played one game so far. They had a bye week in their opening in week 1. And it's hard to tell a lot about them because they played one of the best teams in 1A in South Pittsburgh and got shut out, got handled pretty easily. They look like they're pretty big up front. They run kind of the basic I formation stuff that we saw on film, what little we've got on them. They got some pretty good athletes, so it's not going to be like, I think they're going to be better than the Grundy County we've seen the last couple of years.
Coach, you got an extra week of practice in as you didn't get to play this past week, but this week you got to gear up for a different team altogether.
Yeah, we were disappointed. We felt like we had a really good game plan for Oneida, and so we'll kind of carry that over this week and have it for Grundy County just have to change out. Oneida would have ran a 50 odd man front where we're going to be facing probably an even man front more this week.
Coach, your offense, what do you got to do to move the ball against Grundy County?
I think we may try to throw the ball a little bit more than we did in week 1. They play their safeties really tight, or they did against South Pitt, and so we feel like we can exploit that. And if we loosen those guys up, I think we can do what we want to do, and that's run our option.
Coach, defensively, what do you got to do to shut them down?
Play like we did against Jackson County, get after them, and like we really did a good job against Jackson County getting after them defensively. We didn't really give up anything, and they are not as diversified as Jackson, so I think we'll probably look to stop the run a little bit more.
Coach, this week off gave you a little extra time to work on some special teams. Your special teams looked good in that first game, and this one you should be even more prepared.
Yeah, speaking of special teams, the opening kickoff against South Pitt returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown against Grundy. So that's something we're going to look at what they did on that and see if we can kind of exploit that same thing. But yeah, our special teams look really, really good against Jackson on our kickoff coverage. Well, of course, we only covered 1, but I think we're going to be okay there.
Well, let's take another quick break, and then we'll be back to talk more about the Grundy County Yellow Jackets right after this from the Union Bank.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
And back here with Coach Johnson. And, Coach, give us some numbers if you've got any from Grundy County to look for.
Well, honestly, the film we had on them was not the greatest film in the world. Their main athletes are two defensive tackles, 79, and I think it's 78. They kind of build their defense around those guys, and they got a pretty good inside linebacker that runs well, gets to the ball a lot. So that's that triangle right there in the center is kind of their focus, and so that's what we'll have to try to figure out how to block those guys.
On their offense, what do you got to look for?
Like I said, their tailback, they're going to run the eye and they're going to run powers. When you see, like I said, we've only got the one game on them, and so it was kind of out of hand by the second quarter. So we don't know how much they stuck with what they wanted to do against the team they were playing. If they do what it looked like they were going to do, they're going to basically try to be a power team and try to run at you. So we just got to be prepared to stop that.
And, Coach, this is your first region game of the year. How important is it to get off to a good start in this region? I noticed some of the teams in this region struggling a bit. It'd be good to get off to a great start.
Oh, this is huge. This is one reason when the Oneida game got pushed back to Saturday, we were disappointed, and I was also started thinking, well, this is a huge game for us. This is a region. It's homecoming. It's going to be homecoming this week, and we want to get off to be undefeated in the region, and that's our goal right now.
Coach, the homecoming activities shouldn't be a distraction this year, as they pretty much, other than the parade, I think it's going to be sponsored by Hall's Family Pharmacy, but you guys really not going to have all the distraction that you normally have for homecoming week. No, the only thing that we're going to have is the normal pregame festivities, I guess you can say, with the homecoming queen and the attendants, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm not sure. The parade is kind of up in the air right now, but I don't know what's going on there. So that's out of the school's hands. And, Coach, once again, we can't have a big crowd, but we want as many of York fans as we can get. I don't expect a lot of people traveling from Grundy County.
No, it's over 100 miles from down there. They did up the attendance to whatever it's been for something. Now it's going to be 550 or something. I don't know what it's. So we're going to have a few more are going to be allowed in this week.
And let's hope we have better weather this week.
I hope so, yeah. It looks like it's going to be clear for the week, and so we're hoping for that.
Well, Coach, we want to thank you for joining us, and best of luck Friday as you take on Grundy County.
Appreciate it.
That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show. Be sure to turn out Friday night. It's Homecoming 2020. You don't want to miss it, as that will get underway just before the game. They'll have the pregame festivities. Until then, for 15104 Sports, I'm Gary Clark. See you at the game.